All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another MLB The Show 25 stream here on Twitch. I'm NextJGGen24, and as you could probably guess from the lineup that I am showcasing here right now, I'm going to be grinding the Elly De La Cruz program. So, Elly De La Cruz, they decided to have him take over for as part of the first program to kind of take over the game cover, and they instituted this program where you can earn his 90 overall card. And just looking at this card, obviously good power. Actually, the contact against lefties and is the same, or contact and power against lefties is the same, and contact and power against righties are very similar too. Like, there's obviously a little more power, but I mean, the good thing with this is the speed, obviously. Fielding, I mean, the biggest disappointment is the accuracy. You would hope that he would have more accuracy considering he plays shortstop, and that's pretty far away uh from first base. In fact, it may be the position furthest away from first base on the infield. Yeah, you could argue third base, but when you consider that the shortstop sometimes plays close to the outfield to be able to field up or be able to catch some liners, or if they gotta play up the middle to institute double plays. I mean, shortstop is a pretty far position, so you definitely want that accuracy. You obviously want the strength, yes, and the fielding, but if you don't have the accuracy, then you're gonna make that player's gonna make a lot of mistakes. But anyway, as you can see, we already made some progress here. We got up to 20 program stars, so we earned the 8800 XP already just by this program, and we haven't even done any of the moments either. The moments, this is another 20 right here. So you're talking about 20, which would put me at 40. So I would get the pack, I would get the show pack and the 4400 stubs. And then stat missions wise, I mean, there's really not much left to do. Yeah, I could do the hits with reds and the hits with, or I could do the parallel XP. That's the other thing too, and that'll get it done. So I don't even have to do any of these additional Elly De La Cruz missions. I don't have to do that. So let's go ahead and let's get this program wrapped up. Shouldn't take too long. Honestly, if it takes more than an hour, I'll be shocked. So I much imagine they're also going to do this for Gunnar Henderson and for Paul Skeens, which, good news for me, I already have those cards. So if they're going to do similar to what they did for Elly here, then this shouldn't be a problem. Of course, as long as you played the the first program, the starter program, as long as you did that, you would have their cards, even though they're not the diamond versions. You would still already have their cards. You would have Skeens, Gunnar, and De La Cruz just through the program. So you should be fine, even if you don't have their live series cards. But I do have their live series cards, so obviously I'm going to be using those versions over the gold versions. But I'm just saying, like, if you're hopping into the game and you don't have these guys, or if you're like me where you haven't been in a rush to get some of these programs done or some of these live series collections done, then you can use those gold cards.
Batting third, the shortstop, Elly. De La Cruz.
Speaking of Paul Skeens, he's going to be pitching tonight against the New York Mets. So, I mean, I'll be honest, part of me wanted to see Paul Skeens pitch tomorrow because, like, this is a guy, that's a pitcher that you wish to see at least once in your lifetime. All right? Like, when Max Scherzer pitched for the Mets in 2022, okay, and I got to see his first game. I got to see him for the first time. What the heck did I do to my glasses? It just made them even worse. Hold on. Yep, definitely made it worse. What the heck did I do? Okay, well, it's clear now. Okay. Anyway, so.
Strike two.
Yeah. When I saw Max Scherzer pitch for the first time in person, I mean, it was just incredible to watch. Yeah, the Mets didn't go on to win that game. I'll say that it was a bit of a rough stretch for them. They usually aren't that great after the All-Star break, but it was still something to behold. To watch Max Scherzer pitch, it was incredible. I don't know why, but I wasn't equally as impressed with Justin Verlander when I saw him pitch. But Scherzer, it was just like poetry in motion. That's what it was. So I was kind of hoping to see the same thing with I was hoping to see the same thing with Paul Skeens, but at the same time, I don't want to see it against my Mets. But I am going to have opportunities this in my road trip this this coming week and for the next couple weeks to be able to see Paul pitch. Like I was actually kind of hoping I would have seen him pitch against the Phillies on Friday, but I don't think that's going to happen if he's pitching today. I mean, if they're going to give him 4 days rest, then he's not gonna pitch on Friday. In fact, I would miss him by 1 day. Story of my life. But I am gonna go out to Pittsburgh, so maybe I can watch him then. And I think that would honestly be better because not only is that not against the Mets, but it would also be at PNC Park. So now I'm gonna get to see like what kind of walk-up music he has, just his preparation. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how it's gonna work out. It is a couple weeks, but here's hoping. Because I think that would be very cool to watch him pitch at PNC Park.
No, he's safe.
And yes, my road trip is going to start this week. So Wednesday will be the last.
0-1.
Wednesday will be the last
That's a ball.
stream that I do for a few weeks. What up, Dodger? How are you? Because I'm not taking my PS5 with me. I'm, I don't think that would sound too good. Like, people are going to expect some privacy or some silence. So, no streaming for me for a couple weeks once I leave on Thursday. I'm doing all right. Just trying to complete the Elly de la Cruz program. Shouldn't be too hard. I mean, whoops. I've already got almost. I already had almost half of it done, and once I do the moments, I just got to get one more stat mission done, and then I have all the stat missions complete, or I have the program done. So it shouldn't be. It shouldn't take me long to finish this. So I have to hit a home run in this, correct? Yeah.
Batting third, the shortstop, Elly De La Cruz.
No, I just went live uh like 10 minutes ago. I woke up late. I woke up late. Overnights are killers, man. They're killers. Don't unless it's a starting job, don't take overnights. It takes its wear and it does wear and tear to your body. Starting out, you can handle it. Yes, I did see that, but I don't think you saw my message. Um, can you actually play in that stadium, like in play versus CPU? Because remember, the issue wasn't that we. I mean, yeah, the elevation was an issue, but at the same time, you couldn't play in play versus CPU on it, or any other modes for that matter. The only place you could actually play with it was in mini seasons. That was it. That's the thing you gotta test out, Dodger. Because that was the problem I ran into with MLB,
no strikes.
MLB The Show 25. That's why I don't play it in Costco headquarters park. It's unless it's mini seasons, and even then, like, I don't even think it's worth it.
You're out.
I'd rather just play at shipping.
Batting third, the shortstop, Elly De La Cruz.
So you test that out and you let me know if
That's a ball.
if that works.
1-0.
If it does work, then I'll download it. But if it doesn't work, then I'm not going to even bother. Oh yeah. Also, hope everyone enjoyed Mother's Day yesterday. Hope you guys all enjoyed that and celebrated your mothers, your moms, your grandmas, your stepmoms.
Ball.
So it was funny yesterday because not only was it Mother's Day, but it was also my sister's birthday as well. So we had a nice little cookout at her in-laws' house, my sister's in-laws' house. You could play CPU in Costco. Okay. Alright, so then I'm going to have to delete the Costco headquarters stadium. And then that I already downloaded and then delete it and then download this one. But I'll do it after the stream. Right now, there's really no rush for me to do it because the Elly de la Cruz program that's not going to take a while to complete.
That's a ball. Ball.
Oh, get over his head. Get over his head.
Batting third, the shortstop, Elly de la Cruz.
And I wish I had that that stadium
Laser.
when I was grinding double parallel XP this weekend. I did get a few. By the way, I did get a few players super factored. I got Jake Arrieta super factored, so he's now done. That's gonna get caught. Dang. You would think that in a stadium that is very hitter friendly, it would not be that difficult to hit all the time. The worst part is you only get one at bat. It's not like one game, or it's not like it's an entire game where you have multiple chances. It's just this game, or it's just this at bat. If you fail it, like I did there, you got to restart.
He's going.
See, I think the game is coding the pitcher to not throw anything that would induce a fly ball. Like the pitcher is thinking, okay, if I keep it within the infield, then that runner that's on third is not going to be able to score. So the pitch is going to be hard to drive at a stadium. And not only that, but I'm also batting as a righty. I should have an advantage.
Got him.
Or batting against a righty, I should have more power. It should be unless this is not the. No, this is. Yeah, so I should be blasting these balls. What the heck?
He's out.
I'm doing a good job of driving in the runs for the most part, or driving in the run, but they want me to hit a home run. Got underneath that too much.
Nice hit. Yeah, there you go.
And it was a nice series win for the Mets against the Chicago Cubs. And ultimately, and I said this on Friday, that's what they needed to do. At the very least, take 2 out of 3 against the Chicago Cubs. Because they needed to prove to the MLB that when it came to playing a tough team like the Chicago Cubs, the Mets can beat them. And they did. Honestly, they could have gone for the sweep. It wasn't like Saturday they lost by a lot. What's up, Peach?
Yeah, laser. Nice job.
Like the Mets actually came close thanks to Brett Beatty. And I never thought I would say that this year, but Brett Beatty was on fire on Saturday. how was my weekend? I mean, it was all right. A little bit rough, but it was all right. You know, obviously my Mets got the series win against the Cubs. Um, yeah, and
Ball.
now I'm on vacation,
1 ball, 1 strike.
I don't have to work for the I don't have to work for a couple of weeks because I'm going on vacation. Did I finish the April Spotlight program? Yes. Yep, I already finished that last week, so I'm done with that.
Batting third, the shortstop, Elly
Excuse me.
De La Cruz.
Yes, he is. Yep. Oh, you mean for? Oh, you mean the Corbin Carroll card that you got out of the spotlight?
That's an out.
Well, you would certainly hope that he's good because if you're gonna spend all that money, or if you're gonna spend all that time trying to get the program done, then you would hope that it would be a good card. Well, he's gonna, yeah, he had a very solid month of April with for himself. I mean, it's strange to say, but right now, based on
That's a ball.
rankings that I've seen, a lot of people would give Corbin Carroll. It's really interesting that based on the rankings for the MVP voting, that Pete Alonso got the NL Player of the Month over Corbin Carroll, but you know, based on the MVP rankings, a lot of people have Corbin Carroll ahead of Pete Alonso. Now, yes, it's still early, so take these rankings with a grain of salt. But at the same time, you know, let that just show how good Corbin Carroll is, that he's, you know, in the eyes of certain rankings, he's ahead of Pete Alonso, who had a fantastic month of April.
One, two.
Get down, get down.
Yep, he made it.
But again, it's a long, long season, all right? 1 month doesn't determine who's an MVP candidate and who's not. If he goes on this, I'll be shocked. Wow. Okay, he lucked out that the throw was off. He lucked out. So, it's a new month. Month of May. We're already on the May 12th. Look at that. We're almost halfway through this month as it is. That's crazy.
Ball. 1-0. Hey, ha. No, that's a foul ball.
There we go. Finally. I don't know how many attempts I was at with this this moment, but finally, it feels like feels like it was freaking forever to get that mission done. Or that moment done, excuse me. Now I just need to steal base, which means I'm going to have to get on.
Batting fourth.
Oh no, I'm already on base. Okay.
Runner!
I sidestep.
One to go.
No, it doesn't matter. That didn't take as long. Alright, just gotta get a hit with Elly. Now that I could do. Oh, that's what I meant to. Darn it, I meant to ask my dad about his barber if she can give me a haircut. You're so close to superfractoring dust in May. Nice, man. You know, you could probably do a play versus CPU game, and that should get them to being
Ball
superfractored.
inside.
Go, ball, go.
Oh, sure. When I don't have to hit a home run, that's when I hit one. But when I do have to, then it's going to take me frickin' forever. Jerks. Alright, so all I need at this point is to play just one game with a Reds lineup, which you guys already saw. I have my lineup already set. Whoa, where did I get these packs? Now I'll open these up later. So I've already got my lineup set, as you can see. Actually, maybe I'll change my rotation a little bit so I could get some guys that I'm working the superfractor, get them into the lineup. Yeah, you can see right there, Jake Arrieta is superfractored. What was I with him? I was the 51,695th player out of 53,447 players to superfractor. So obviously we should put Jacob deGrom in, and then Satchel Paige, and then Paul Skeens, Mike Mussina, and then Mayor. We're going Mayor. All right, let's do it. Let's play a play versus CPU game against the Chicago White Sox. Do Jacob deGrom. Sorry, there were a couple emails that I need to delete.
Ball, that's high.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
Yeehaw! Back to
Strike 3, sit down.
Ball, outside.
I can't recall if I got some of the guys done in other than Jake Arrieta. I don't know if I got anyone else done. I know I was close with Jose Bautista. I was definitely
1-2
close
to
with
count.
him. Strike 3, sit down.
That's inside. Ball. Hee-haw! 1 ball, 1 strike. Hut! That's a ball. We got a full count.
Oh, come on, DeGrom. Strike 3, sit down. Alright, here we go. I could also get one of the stat missions done with Elly De La Cruz.
That's a ball.
You know, that way I don't have to rely on the parallel XP.
That's an F.
Get it done. Okay, sounds good, man.
Batting third, the right fielder, Reggie.
That's alright, man. Go eat.
Sanders.
I mean, we all gotta eat to survive. Why did I swing at that? Really? You know, to me, it's actually kind of strange to see Reggie Sanders with a high overall because when I used to play with him in MVP Baseball 2004, he wasn't that high of a, or he didn't have that high of an overall. And, you know, that was back during the time that you judged based on a bar. You didn't judge based on a number. Like, you basically had to compare the
Batting fifth, the left fielder,
the bar
number
to
3,
other
Andrew.
players like an Albert Pujols or a John Dowd, and you had to say, okay, is that the best player?
That's inside. Ball.
And more often than not, Reggie Sanders' overall bar was lower than some of the players. Obviously, lower than Pujols and Dowd because they were just, in that case, they were 99. They were basically 99s.
That missed. That's a ball. Hee-haw!
Ugh.
2.
Ugh.
1-2. Ball.
Strike 3, sit down. Okay, does anyone on the Reds at all want to get me a hint?
Batting fifth, the second
Just a
baseman,
thought.
Gavin Lux.
Thank you, Gavin Lux. I guess you could say I lux into that one. Yeah.
safe.
Nice. Oh, okay. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I gotta take a phone. No, that was sorry. That was just a friend of mine. He said he didn't mean to call me, but he figured he'd ask if I was going to a Mets game tonight, and I said no. So, what are you gonna do?
Ha! 0 balls, 1 strike.
No, Yogi. Today is Yogi Berra's
Ball.
birthday. Well, happy heavenly birthday to him. Oh yeah, that's right. This weekend wait, is it tomorrow or was it last week that they did the thing at Yogi Berra Museum in Montclair? Shoot, if it was last week, I completely missed it or I completely forgot about it. Eh, oh well.
He's safe.
Now pitching for Chicago, number 61, Mike Vassell.
I met Yogi Berra once.
1-0.
I did a sports broadcasting camp at his museum that was hosted by Bruce Beck and Ian Eagle,
2-0.
and he came by and we got to speak with him, ask him questions. I know I asked him a question, and I know what it was. I asked him of his World Series rings, which one was his favorite, and I forget which one he said. I think it was a 1950s one.
Ball high.
But yeah, he was such a nice guy when I met him at least. Attaboy, Reggie. Yeah, I have no doubt I'm gonna get that XP, even without using a Reds pitcher. Just needed a little... I just needed something to get me going.
He's safe.
But yeah, I met him. I met Kevin Burkhardt. During that, I got to tour the NBA studios in Secaucus. I got to tour the Nets arena before they closed it off to for good. In fact, I think when I was there, they were in their final season. Well, back then it was known as the Izod Center.
He made it safe.
And before that, it was known as Continental Airlines Arena. That's what I truly remember it as. Continental Airlines Arena. You know, that's what I grew up with. But what can you do? You know, unfortunately, Jay-Z got the idea that the team should move to Brooklyn. And I don't even think he even saw it through. I think he sold his ownership before they even left for Brooklyn. Or his stake in the ownership before he left for Brooklyn. Or before they left. So, you know, so if it was Jay-Z's idea to bring the Nets to Brooklyn, then why did he sell his stake in it before that could actually be fulfilled? Just makes me think that Jay-Z had no interest whatsoever in the Nets. I mean, I don't blame him because at that time they were just terrible. Not to mention the Russian owner, too. The Russian owner is, he doesn't get it. Like, he wants to win now, but yet he keeps approving trades that are not helping the Nets win now. And now I hear they may make a push for Giannis in the free agency. I say that to heck with that. Okay? When have big free agents paid off for the Nets, other than that playoff appearance that they had in 21, I think it was, when they had Durant and Kyrie and Harden? That was it. Strike three, sit out.
Hey! 0-2.
Strike three, sit down.
Leading off for the Wolves, the right fielder, Reggie Sanders.
He's gone.
Overall, the Nets are just a bad organization. They're just not run competently. I get it. The the allure of bringing in a top superstar like a Giannis or a LeBron James, it can be enticing. I get that. But you also have to factor in what happens if we don't build around them, or what happens if we trade our future and don't win. Then it doesn't work. You're forced to go back into rebuild, and now it's going to take even longer. To me, the dumbest trade in Nets history will always be trading all those first round picks to the Boston Celtics for Kevin Garnett, Jason Terry, and Paul Pierce. That will always be the dumbest trade in Nets history. Always. Because it's like, how could you trade all those picks away for guys that were pretty much at the tail ends of their career? Now, Garnett, I think he lasted another 2 or 3 seasons, but it was not. Only one of them was with the Nets, and then he went back to Minnesota. Strike 3, sit out.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, sit out. You know? And one of those picks I want to point out, and maybe I've already said this, was used for Jason Tatum. Like, think of that. Jason Tatum, who helped lead the Boston Celtics to an NBA championship last year.
That's a ball.
He could have done that with the Nets. Well, if the Nets had built up properly around him.
Foul ball.
But either way, right now, the Nets are not a good team. And I don't see how they're going to be competitive. And I don't see the point in pursuing Giannis. You know, in my eyes, yeah, Giannis is a solid piece, but the Nets are nowhere near. Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up, cheater? Sorry, I kind of stumbled on my words there.
1-0.
It's funny, I was just talking about the Nets and possibly pursuing Giannis in free agency. What do you think? You think the Nets, if they get Giannis, will they be competitive? Yes, they do.
He's out.
But maybe Giannis can make them better.
1-0.
Yeah, because they lost to the eventual NBA champs in the Milwaukee Bucks. Yep.
1-2 is the count.
I thought the Bucks won the NBA championship that year. I thought it was the the Bucks that swept them.
Hey! No balls, 2 strikes. Nope, ball. 1-2.
Strike 3, sit down. Well, even with this, even if it was against the Celtics, that was still a top, or that was still a top team. But yeah, with Durant and Kyrie, they should have at least won another one. They should have at least won a game. You think the Jets should have gotten Schroeder? No.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nah, that's someone that a lot of teams were, in my opinion, right to avoid. The Cleveland Browns just figured, what the heck? You know, at least it gets them some news. Gets eyes on them. But no, I don't think if the Jets had gotten Sanders, I definitely wouldn't have taken him in the first round. He probably fell a lot further than a lot of people expected. But there's a lot of smoke there. And that's what a lot of teams' front office said. It was like the attitude that Sanders had just kind of turned them off. Because I woke up late.
0-1.
I had an alarm set for 2, but I thought I set an alarm for 2:30 to kind of wake me up again because I need that second alarm to wake me up. Strike 3, sit down. And I guess I didn't, and I slept until 4. And then when I ate lunch, it was just like... Cheater, I mean, that's life. That's the way it works with working the night shift.
0-2.
I know I'm not the only one that does it. Obviously, I have my coworkers, but my sister's sister-in-law also works an overnight shift as well, and she works with a hospital. So you can make fun of the night shift all you want, but we do provide, us night shift workers do provide a service. 7 a.m. Yeah, that's around the time that I went to bed this morning. I went to bed at like 7 a.m. Okay. Well, I'm just saying, like, a lot of, you know, yeah, it does suck. People are right about that, but we are just as important on the overnight shift because we get the place ready for... We get the place ready for, or we get our workplace ready for the morning crew. Blue collar? I'm really not sure, to be honest. I mean, it's definitely not white collar, because white collar is more like an office job. I guess it would be considered blue collar.
1-2.
But, you know, I'm not really sure. Because when I think of, like, blue-collar workers, I think of something like a mechanic or a plumber or basically someone who's going to do hard labor jobs. That's what I think of. He's a night shift manager? Oh, well, I mean, a manager is a. See, I don't know about the trucking industry. I don't know.
One
But
out.
when you have a manager, I always think of that as kind of a white collar job because you're basically responsible for not just yourself, but a lot of other people as well. It's a uh,
Now batting, the left fielder, Austin
how should I put this?
Hayes.
It's a high up role. I'll say that,
Take your base.
or I'll put it that way. It's a high up, high up role. I mean, there are a lot more roles that are higher up than that, but being a manager or a
One ball, no
supervisor
strikes.
is a pretty high up role. I mean, you could also just ask your brother, does he consider himself to be a blue collar
He's out of
worker?
there. He's in there.
If he says yes, then I guess there's your answer. All right, I'm going to try and steal some bases with Elly De La Cruz so that I could get that mission done just in case I don't get the parallel XP with the Reds players.
No, that's up. Hey, speed it up. No, that's high. Yeah!
Another I would consider blue collar construction worker too. I would consider that a blue collar job. An electrician as well.
The right fielder, number 16, Reggie Fender. Now pitching for Chicago, number 40, Tyler Gilbert. Now batting, the center fielder, Ken Griffey Jr.
Nice, Griffey.
Ball.
We're getting a new multiplayer program tomorrow. So that should be kind of cool. And tomorrow is also going to be an early stream because I'm going to a Mets game tomorrow. So I'm going to try and get it in at 11 a.m. so that way I can go to my chiropractor's appointment and then just head out to Citi Field from there. So, yep, Mets versus Pirates. Although today is the game where Paul Skeens is going to pitch. So tomorrow, I don't know who I have. Probably, I want to say Andrew Heaney. He's been, from what I hear, he's been pitching decently this year.
That's a ball.
Darn it.
He's out.
Oh well.
Two.
Strike three, sit down.
Here, what? 0-1. Strike two.
Strike three, sit down. Damn, Jacob deGrom already has 20 strikeouts, and we're not even through this, or almost 20 strikeouts, and we're almost through the 7th inning? Dang. Talk about DeGromination.
No, that missed. That's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Strike three, sit down. You just got Santander P5? Nice. Is it the New Threads one or the Live Series one? I feel like I just answered my own question there.
1-0.
Thought so, yeah.
That's a ball.
Unless you wanted a challenge, like to get the Gold Live Series Santander Superfractored. I know Gamer likes to make challenges for himself in terms of, the Superfractors. Like, he'll sometimes even take Live Series comments and try to Superfractor them.
No. Hey.
Runner, he's going.
Yeah. No, he's safe. No balls, 2 strikes.
Sorry, that's the overnights talking.
Now pitching for Chicago, number 63, Penn Murphy.
Hey. It's 0-1. He's going. Here. 0-1. Nope, ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike two.
Strike three, sit down. I mean, Jacob deGrom is just going to keep going. At this point, it doesn't matter because he's 8 innings in.
Hit.
Or it will be at the end of this. Excuse me. Strike three, sit down.
Right. 0-2.
Yep, that was an amazing card. Strike three, sit down. So was the Pete Alonso card, too. The Home Run Derby card. That was a great card as well. I can't remember, though, if I pulled him out of a pack or if I ended up buying him. I probably ended up buying him because I wouldn't imagine my pack luck to be that good. 2020 Cody Bellinger. Not exactly, no. But then again, the MLB The Show 20 doesn't rank high on my list in terms of all-time MLB The Show games. It's not their fault. I mean, that was the COVID pandemic, but I just felt like content-wise, it was a terrible game. And then, in order to get the best version of some of the cards, you had to play online with them. So it wasn't like now where you could play online or offline. Obviously, there's an advantage to playing online, but you can get a lot of parallel XP just by playing offline too.
Now batting, catcher Edgar Caro.
21 Chris Bryan was good. I guess. I don't really remember that card. But it's been all downhill for Bryan ever since. Poor guy. The fall from grace is always the hardest.
No, that missed.
Ugh.
Ball. Yeehaw!
All right, perfection for Jacob deGrom. And that should be it on the Elly Cruz program. Excuse me. Yep, there it is. Elly De La Cruz is ours. Now I'm trying to think what other programs can I do. Can't do those yet. I guess I could do the May Spotlight program. You know, I might as well. Let me just open up these packs real quick. Kind of take a... You got the Kyle Stowers. Yeah, I just haven't had a chance to be able to play. Weekends are very tough for me because that's when I work. So it's very tough for me to be able to play on the weekends. That's why it sucks whenever they have double parallel XP weekend. It doesn't work for me. If they have it on a week, like if it was a week thing, then a weekend, then that would be fine. But on the weekends, it's tough. I can't play any of the. I can't play really. What was it? 116. Randall Gerchik. So I'm at 90, and that should sell. List him for 9. List him for 12. List him for 15. And list him for 36. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not as awake as I thought I would be. Oh, we got a diamond. Catcher, Joe Torre. Glad somebody bought him. Oh, really? Well, I know they just announced that I think the Eagles and Packers are playing the first game of the season on Thursday. Or what? It was the Eagles against somebody. NBC kind of released it already. But I know it involves the Eagles from what I saw. Eagles Cowboys, thank you. Nice, another diamond. Oh my god! This is Bobby Witt Jr. again! Holy cow! You gotta be kidding me! I mean, I might as well sell him. Yeah, sell him now. I could probably get a lot of collections done. Holy crap. Dang. I mean, I kind of wanted it to be Judge, but there we go. I got Emmanuel Class A. Oh, wait, no. Sell him. Quick sell him. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I don't think I pulled too many diamonds out of these headliners packs. I think I've pulled Hawk, pulled him, but I haven't pulled too much else. You know what? I think we have to get collections done. I feel like part of me wants to get the simple ones done, like get the Braves done, get these guys done because they're not going to cost me as much. I mean, technically, I could afford Shohei Ohtani. Could afford him. But then I wouldn't be able to do anyone else. You know, it's like, do I spend it all trying to get Ohtani? Or do I try to get as many team collections done as possible? Padres, I mean, Tatis is up there, and I do have... I'm only missing 3 cards from the Padres. But I'm only missing 2 from... Oh, Judge really went up there. Holy crap. Okay, forget Judge. I could do the Guardians. I could definitely do the Tigers. What I'm thinking is do the Tigers, the A's, the Rangers, and the Braves. Do all 4 of those collections. Because that would allow me to complete the AL West, and I'll get Don Baylor, who is a lefty DH. I would definitely not put him in the field. I already have the Angels done. See? I pulled Mike Trout. Yeah, I think this is the move here. Trying to get these collections done. I think that's the move. And then we'll reevaluate after that. Because maybe I can also get the Phillies done since it's Wheeler and Harper are not that expensive. What is Marte? He's actually gone down in price. So hopefully someone sells me Scooble. Oh, I see I have a duplicate Tigers player here. Should sell him. Hopefully no... Ah, son of a gun. Someone outbid me. I guess we just wait. So next up is Mason Miller. Oh, dang. Expensive for a silver. All right, somebody sold me. Wow. Corey Seager has really gone down in price. Dang. Someone already gave me Nathan Eovaldi? Wow. That was quick. And that's fine. $30 for Evan Carter. $28 for Jock Peterson. $8 for who is this? Blaine Krim. And then $7 for Tucker Barnhart. I think someone outbid me for. Oh no, nope. I'm still the higher bid for Mason Miller. Scooble, I probably got outbid. Yeah. Dang it. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. There we go. Someone sold me Mason Miller. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And now I have Liam Hendricks. But that was the point. That was the point to get that to set me up. How do I pew? I just go one more than what the highest bid is. And there we go. Someone just sold me Michael Young, so now I could go over here, lock in the Rangers, get Don Baylor, and now all I need, and now I'm missing Darren O'Day and Jason Kipnis, which if Jose Ramirez ever goes down in price, that would be helpful. don't know where I had the other ones. Yeah, see, like Jose Bautista here, he's close. He's very close. I would do 16,801. That's what I would do. Oh, someone keeps outbidding me for Tyreek Skubal. It's getting very frustrating. Oh, then 168,001. That's what I would do. So like here, I'm going to do 49,001, and then hopefully someone sells me Tyreek Skubal. We'll see. There we go. Someone just did it. And there we go. We got Gary Sheffield. Which he was veteran, right? So then there we go. Now I get the veteran voucher for Scott Rowland, which now puts me at 12. So I am literally 6 away from Scott Rowland. And if I could get the Braves collection done, which is my intention, then then I could get the All-Star, or not the All-Star, the set. Which one was it? Rookie? Yeah, I could get the rookie voucher, and I'll put me 5 away. And Acuna is actually not that expensive if you think about it. I mean, he's been far more expensive in years past. There, someone just sold me Austin Riley. So now I gotta get this one. It's gonna be 28. And whenever and another thing too, Dodger, whenever I'm the first order for a card like Eddie Rosario, like I am for Eddie Rosario here, I always do whatever the amount is that would ultimately equal to a quick sell for the seller. So like the tax on this, if it were is 3%, because they round up to 30. So 10% of 30 is 3. Take that off, that's 27. But if I put it at 28, because they're going to round up, then that's pretty much equal to getting a quick sell for the bronze. Oh, someone outbid me. Well, several people outbid me. Jesus Christ. So we're going to get the Braves collection done. And then that'll be it. That's where I'm going to stop. Okay, so if I just put in that order for Acuna. Mine is 36.76. Someone just outbid me by 1 to make it 30. the sell now to be 36.67. So now I'm gonna put mine at 36.78. So now I'm up. Someone just outbid me. Because now they're going to push it to 700. So now I'm going to do that. And that sometimes I already get outbid almost immediately as I put it up because I'm bidding against other people. So basically, out of all that I just did, and there we go, someone, oh my God. What the heck are people doing? Why are we pushing this up? Stop. Sometimes I think people just troll. They like to troll. There we go. Someone just gave me Acuna, so now I'm going to go ahead, finish off that collection. There's David Justice. And we'll go to Legends Flashbacks. Go to Rookie. There's the voucher for Scott Rowland. And now we're at 13 out of 18. I will do this. I will get this card because all I have to do is the showdown to get the vouchers or to get the other two players for him. It's just, it takes a while. It does, really. I tell you what, I never thought I would spend a good portion of my stream doing team collections, but that's where I'm going to stop because Harper is like 36,000 and Wheeler is 13,000, not to mention all the other Phillies that I have to buy. There's like 4 others along with them. So I think this would be a good place for me to stop for now. Actually, I don't know. I'm not going into weekend classics. Why don't we do the no. No, I'm not buying Willie Castro. Oh, look at that. I have Kyle Manzardo. How did I get him? Extra base hits with right fielders, total bases with center fielders, and hits with third baseman. Well, how about that? And that put me at 12. So doing 8 times 3, that's 24. So that puts me at 36, which means I would get this guy, several packs. Yeah, that's it. That's it. All right. Well, I guess we'll do that.
Leading off for the Guardians, the designated hitter, Kyle Manzardo.
have to hit a walk. I have to hit a home
Oh, that's
run
out.
with Kyle Manzardo.
Two balls, no strikes.
But that was fun, huh? Getting all those team collections done. All thanks to pulling Bobby Witt Jr. again. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish it was Shohei Ohtani or Aaron Judge. That would have helped me out a ton. But at the end of the day, Bobby Witt allowed me to complete like 4 team collections, including an AL West collection, the AL West collection as well. Sometimes it's a nice change in pace to do some team collections, but now I gotta save up my stubs.
Aye. One ball, one strike.
If I do pull another Bobby Witt Jr., I think I'll be a little more aggressive in terms of what cards I pursue. Like, maybe I'll go try to get the Mets done.
Leading off for the Guardians, the designated hitter, Kyle.
So they released the what website is this that did this? Some kind of National League Cy Young predictor for this year. Again, it's very early. I'm just seeing this right now, and they have like 3 Mets. Top 3 are Mets. You have Griffin Canning, then Clay Holmes, and Kodai Senga. Now, I personally think Kodai Senga should be ahead of Clay Holmes, but that's just my opinion. Again, it's very early, so and they're doing this based off of CYP, which I'm assuming is Cy Young points. They also have Yoshinobu Yamamoto here, then Robert Suarez, Robbie Ray, Ben Kasparius. Again, I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I apologize. Brendan Fatt, Jose Alvarado, and Tanner Scott. I know it could change. Like I said, it can. I know it's very early on. I'm just saying it's interesting that some website has the 3 Mets pitchers as the top 3 for the NL Cy Young Award right now. I mean, look, Kodai Senga, I'm glad he's bouncing back, so to speak. Hopefully he can continue to do that. Clay Holmes, I'm happy with the transition that he's made. You know, I still think he's more of a long reliever, but with that said, he has proven to be a quality starter. And then Griffin Canning, I mean, the Mets are getting out of him what the Angels had hoped to get out of him for so many years. I don't know what it is about the Mets unlocking some pitchers' best stuff. Like Severino was amazing last year. I mean, Peterson, we finally got Peterson to pitch well, and he had a good record. You know, Sean Manaea had such a great, especially the second half of the year. He had such a great second half. Quintana was pretty key for the Mets especially towards the end of the season. He was I want to say their second best pitcher behind Sean Manaea. Sometimes things just click at the right time, you know? And sometimes players go to new teams, and those new teams get them to unlock what they have been looking to unlock all season, their potential. Or throughout their careers, not the season. I'm just saying. I know a lot of Met fans have been critical of the signing of Frankie Montas and the trade for Paul Blackburn. But you know what? I think David Stearns has proven, not just last year, but this year as well, that he has earned the right to be trusted when it comes to pitching. Even if it's these low-level guys that nobody has thought about as a serious threat, I think that just those guys have the most have the most potential to be great. Because think of it like this. You take a guy like Griffin Canning as an example. You know, there were no expectations for him. It was kind of like, okay, he's probably going to be a bullpen guy. You know, whatever. Just someone to kind of fill the rotation, back half of the rotation. And look at him now. So he went from this guy that at best was a 4 or 5 pitcher, at worst AAA starter or a long reliever out of the pen, and now he's become one of the better pitchers for the New York Mets.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And it was very important too for him to step up, because again, we won't have Sean Manaea for God knows how long. Probably not till the end of August. He's on the 60-day IL. Actually, maybe by the beginning or middle of August we'll have him back.
1-0.
Yeah, I got another Bobby. Yep. And I sold him to finish up like 14 collections. If I hadn't done the sell now, if I had just sold him at his regular price, maybe I could have gotten one more done. But yeah, exactly. You know what, Debringa? I'll show you. I'll show you right here. So I got done the Detroit Tigers. I got the Oakland Athletics done, and I got the Texas Rangers done, and I got the Atlanta Braves done. Just by Bobby Witt Jr. alone. And not only that, I was able to get the AL West done as well. So I got Don Baylor, which is nice. Although right now, I'm leaving myself basically the most expensive collections to complete. The Yankees, the Guardians, the Mets, the D-backs, the Dodgers, the Padres. The only ones that are not expensive are the Phillies, and they're probably going to be the next team collection that I get done. Strike 3, sit down. I like Agnos's motion.
0-1's the count.
Hey man, I hear ya. It can be tough. Weekend Classic can be tough. Because that's the best of the best right there. Everyone's putting their best lineup forward so that they can get these, so they can get the wins. It's very sweaty. That's why I tend not to do it.
Ball! That pitch is out.
That's going to be a base hit, possibly a double. Oh, nice. Last two Weekend Classics, you're 0-7. Oh, man. It's a hard knock life. Max Fried. Hold on, I'm just gonna change this real quick. Man.
Leading off for Tampa Bay, the third baseman, number 13, Junior Caminero.
There we go. I just wait, it didn't change it. Never mind. Okay. I appreciate you stopping by. Oh geez. Oh wait, yes it did. Never mind.
Aye! 0-1.
Okay.
Choo-choo-choo!
Okay, I'd like to get some strikeouts for you.
Ah! 0-1's the count. Aye! Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, sit down. There's one. Now I need another one.
Meisner.
Aye! Aye!
No! Oh, that sucks. Oh, thank you, SB Champ. I appreciate you you stopping by in my Twitch streams. I'm glad that you found your way over here. I'm sorry that I don't put my links or the link to my Twitch stream in the video, but I should. But how you doing today?
Aye!
1-1-1.
Well, I got to restart now because there's no way I can get 2 strikeouts. You're good? That's good to hear. Super Bowl, I'm assuming that SB is for Super Bowl, so are you a fan of the Eagles?
Ball inside.
Since they were the ones who won the Super Bowl earlier this year?
What?
And my grandfather and your grandmother got you into watching them. Okay, so are you from Philadelphia then? Or you live around the Philadelphia area?
Nope. Ball 1.
I like to get to know some of my new... Okay, so you live in South Jersey then? Because I actually have family down in South Jersey, so I may know the area that you're in. In fact, when I go on my trip
Ball
later
inside.
later this week, I'm gonna stop by I'm gonna stop by them because I'm going to the Phillies game near the shore. So you're like around the Atlantic City area. Have you ever heard of Williamstown, New Jersey? That's where some of my family live. Some, not all. Oh, up by Point Pleasant. Gotcha.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Gotcha. Now I know. Yep. Yep, you are definitely shoreline.
3.
Strike 3, sit down. I think I may have stick drift on my controller. I may have to take it to GameStop and get a new controller. I mean, it's not a bother right now, but at the same time, it's it can be annoying.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Jacob. Well, my name is not Jacob.
2 balls.
But yes, yes, cheater. Strike 3, sit down. It's all right. It's fine. There we go. We got Zach Agnos. Guy pitch 2 innings and get 2 strikeouts. This year, I don't know. It's a new coach, a new GM, new quarterback.
For the Marlins, the shortstop.
Am I watching the NHL? Nah. I really didn't watch when my Devils were in the playoffs because I felt like they were overmatched by the Carolina Hurricanes. So, although I am happy to see they at least got 1 win at home.
Yeah. All 1's the count. Hey. No balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, but hockey is not really a sport that I watch I know it's fun to go see it in person, but I never have time to be able to see it, nor the desire to go see it. It's like, to me, in terms of sporting events, I'll always go to baseball games. I'll always go to NASCAR races.
1 ball, 2
You know,
strikes.
I'll go to an NFL game or two here and there. But the NHL and the ML and the NBA, just no interest there.
1-1-1.
No interest whatsoever. I did attend the college football game a couple years ago. That was fun. 106,000 people cheering on Penn State. It was
1-1-1.
beautiful. Of course, that was the game where I came back from it and got COVID or had COVID. And stupidly, I took that into the office with no mask or anything. So, oh, did your grandmother pass
Back
away
the
recently?
third baseman, Connor Norby.
Aye. Aye.
Strike three, sit out.
Outside, that's a ball.
Two.
He's out.
Nice. Yes,
That's an
sir.
out.
A little unconventional double play right there, but I'll take it. On May 2nd, Riley Green became the first player in MLB history to hit 2 home runs in the 9th inning. Wow.
Up next for the Tigers, the designated hitter, Riley Green.
That is definitely not a home run.
Now
Well,
batting,
if
designated
that's the
hitter,
case, Super Bowl
Riley
champ,
Green.
SB champ, you know, I'm sorry about your grandmother's passing. And I
Ball.
absolutely agree. I think she would be very happy. In fact, you know, I believe that
Nice rip, kid.
that I believe that your grandmother was watching up from heaven. She probably got the she probably got to watch it from the best seat in the house, honestly. 2020. Oh, I'm sorry. But at least it wasn't from COVID, so
Up next for the Tigers, the designated hitter, Riley
but yeah, I absolutely
Green.
agree. I think she would be happy. And you're right. At least she got to see the Eagles win their first Super Bowl. You know, I'd like to see my Jets win a Super Bowl, but I don't know. Chat GPT did a prediction for when
Uh-oh. Go, ball. Go.
for
Go.
when they did a prediction for the Super Bowl winners over the next like 4 decades, I think it was, and they said that the Jets were going to win two, one in what was it, 2028 or something like that, and then the other one was 2031. I was like, I'll be fine with that. I can die happy with that. 2 extra base hits with Jake Myers, excuse me. So if you're a fan of the Eagles, are you also a Philadelphia Phillies fan? All right, let's get another double.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
Hey, that works. You are, but you're not a fan of the Flyers. All right, well, I'm a Mets fan, so. Oh, you like the Devils? Well, aren't the Devils and Flyers owned by the same company or the same owner? I think I thought that's what I saw is that they were owned by the um the same the same guy. All right, Cody Bellinger. The guy had a home run with him.
Go, ball, go, go, go!
No, that's foul.
If it goes, it's going foul. That may go. Ah, no, it didn't. No, the Sixers. Weird. I thought the Flyers and Devils were owned by the same.
Tell me you want
Maybe
to know.
it's the six. Hold on, now I gotta look this up. Are the Devils and Flyers owned by the same person? Oh, okay. So the way that this is, um, so the Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment, which is what owns the they own the Devils. The that company entered into a 50-50 joint with Comcast, who owns the Flyers, to build a new arena in Southern Philadelphia for the Flyers. So it's a collaborative relationship. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Because don't forget, to get there was a push to get the Philadelphia Flyers into New Jersey. I remember that. And people were like, "No, you're not moving the Sixers from Philadelphia or from Philadelphia to New Jersey
No, he's in there.
and still calling them Philadelphia." I mean, I agree with them. Plus, the 76ers have such a rich history with Philadelphia that it would just seem weird
That's a
to move
ball.
them of out of Philly.
Ball inside.
But I would like to see my Nets eventually return to New Jersey, or for New Jersey to get a basketball team. No, I hear you. I hear you.
Now batting,
I'm
the
not a
right fielder,
Sixers fan, and
Jody
even I have to admit that that was kind of
Bellinger.
a dumb thing to push for.
He's out.
But maybe the owners put that out there to see to get a reaction from 76ers fans to um to say like, hey, you guys need to come out to the arena more. You know, people don't want sports teams to move, you know?
Out.
Oh yeah, of course. I don't blame it. But now the owners see that
Now
people do
batting,
care
the right
about
fielder,
keeping
Jody
the 76ers in
Bellinger.
Philadelphia. So I maybe it was for real, but I'm also inclined to believe that they were gauging if people were serious about supporting the 76ers in Philadelphia. Obviously, there wasn't enough support from fans of the Nets in New Jersey to want to keep them from moving to Brooklyn. But that was late 2000s when they made that decision, and the Nets were just terrible then. So it was like bon voyage.
Get out. Get out.
Oh, it got close. Okay, so it was real. I don't know. It's like I just kind of thought about it as like a ploy to gauge interest in from the fans. But if you say it's for real, I'll take your word for it. Come on, can I just hit this home run with Cody Bellinger already? Well, what might help is
Got
not
him.
swinging at pitches that are clearly outside the zone.
Ball.
Um, SB, have you ever been to Citizens Bank Park since you live close to the Philadelphia area?
Out.
I'm asking because I want to kind of I
Now
kind of want to
batting,
have an
the right
idea
fielder,
as
Jody
to what I should
Bellinger.
see and do while I'm there because or I plan on being there on Friday, and I just want to know like what is there to do or see in the ballpark that I should check out. I'm just seeing it as a baseball fan, not as a Mets fan. Because Lord knows I do not want to be outed as a Mets fan at that Phillies game. I feel like they're gonna throw food at me if I do.
That's a ball.
Oh, in '08? Ooh, wow, that's a long time, man. Well, I don't know how much has changed in the ballpark since 2008, but I mean, do you remember anything from it?
He's out.
Because you're talking about 17 years ago, so it's quite a long time.
key. The right fielder, Cody.
Used to go, but she. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, man. Wow. These last few years have not been kind to you in terms of family deaths. If it makes you feel any better, I'm kind of getting off topic here, but if it makes you feel any better, recently I lost my aunt. She had ALS, so I lost her in, I want to say it was 23, and then in 24 I lost my childhood best friend.
Got him.
He had a fentanyl overdose. But that's I'm just mentioning that because I guess I'm trying to relate to you. But yeah, my aunt passed away in 23, and then my childhood best friend passed away in 24. It was hard. It was really hard. So I gotta hit a walk-off grand slam. Kyle Stowers.
Now batting, right fielder, Kyle Stowers.
And I'm also getting ready for, and actually just this year, my dad's cousin died unexpectedly in a fire. You know, luckily his wife is okay, but he couldn't make it, or he didn't make it.
Hey, 2. 2-2 the count.
I actually kind of forgot about that for a minute. And of course, I got to do this against Mason Miller. So, thanks. That's going to be easy. Wow, so a blown save by Mason Miller?
All ones the count. Hey!
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
3.
Now batting, the right fielder, Kyle Stowers.
Well, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry about some of the losses that you've faced
All one.
recently.
Hey! Out. Hey! 0-1.
Why don't we just look at that third strike? Come on.
Now batting, right fielder, Kyle Stowers.
Ball. That ball's trapped. Yeah.
Anyway.
One ball.
All right.
Two strikes.
I figured I'd just see if maybe you had any,
Two balls.
if
Two
you
strikes.
remembered anything from going to Citizens Bank Park in 2008. Again, I don't know how much the stadium has changed since then. But I figured I would. I figured I at least ask. Yeah, that's what I. That's what I also heard. Not just in the stadium, but also like outside. There's a lot of restaurants too. I think one restaurant is owned by
Now back.
Ryan
Right
Howard,
fielder,
isn't it?
Kyle
He owns like a
Bauer.
fish restaurant or a restaurant that does like shrimp, fish. I mean, I'm not a seafood guy, but okay. All right, so there's good food. Anything
outside.
fun to do there? Like, I don't know. Do they have like, well, at Citi Field, what they have is they allow fans to like throw a pitch and see how fast they can throw it. Do they have something similar to that, or is that mostly for the kids? At least I got this ball past the infield. So we're making some progress here. Some. Not a lot, but some. And we took a
He's
step
out.
back.
Ball upstairs.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, but it's similar to what the Mets have. They have but that's really for the kids. The parents, they just sit on the they just stand along the little outfield a bit and they let the they watch the kids hit the ball hit a wiffle ball off the tee, basically. Okay, that sounds cool. Do they have like a Phillies Hall of Fame? I'm always interested in seeing the history of some teams, so or Phillies Museum. And then I have to get a shirt that says Citizens Bank Park, so hopefully they sell those at the
Up next,
at the
Marlins,
ballpark.
the right fielder, Kyle Bauer.
And if not, I could always just get one online.
Hey. 0-1.
I'm not going to get one before I go to the stadium, of course, but that might be my best shot right there. Oh, just missed. No. I'm going undercover as a baseball fan.
0-1's the count. That's a ball. 1-1.
I'm also doing it for the Nationals too, but I don't think the Nationals fans really care about what Mets fans. I don't think they really care. I think it's more the Philadelphia crowd that I'm more worried about. Like, if I get outed as a Mets fan, I'm afraid they're going to throw food at me. Or boo me, or yell at me, and it's like... Yeah, no. No, I'm going to be smart here, SB. I am not wearing any kind of Mets gear. I do have a U.S. baseball hat that I could probably wear. And that might suffice. But, yeah, no Mets gear. I mean, if it were Mets versus Phillies, that would be different because at least I would have Mets fans to kind of protect me. But since this is against the Pirates, I'd be screwed if I did that. So, yeah, definitely not wearing any Mets gear at Citizens Bank Park.
2-2 to count.
But I will not wear Phillies gear. I will not do that. The closest thing I'm gonna do is get a T-shirt that says Citizens Bank Park. That's all. That's it. And that's only because I want a commemorative T-shirt to show, hey, I went to Citizens Bank Park.
Ball in.
Besides, I'm going with my cousin and her husband, or I at least told them that I wanted to go with them. Well, the other thing I'm not taking into consideration here is the weather. Okay, I don't know what it's going to be like on Friday when I go. I'm really not going to check the weather until probably Thursday when I get down to South Jersey.
Got him.
All right, and then I'll make a determination from there about whether or not I should buy tickets to the game. And the sad part is, if I can't make it, or if there's no game on that Friday, I'm basically screwed because on Saturday I have to be in Baltimore. I have to check into the hotel in Baltimore, so I can't stay long in Philly. That's really the poor planning that came with this. I should have just given myself the Saturday and checked in on Sunday. That's what I should have done. I'm taking a trip because I want to see these MLB ballparks. I'm seeing 5 of them.
Go.
Citizens Bank Park, Camden Yards, Nationals Park, PNC Park in Pittsburgh, and Progressive Field in Cleveland. The only one that I kind of left myself an extra day in case of weather was Washington. That's the only one.
0-1.
Because it was like, I really set up that day to be more of a sightseeing day for me, to go see the White House, Capitol Hill, and all the monument and all the tourist attractions in DC. But if the game gets postponed, then at least I could go on the next day.
All one's the count.
But everything else, no.
1-1.
I'm also, Peach, in addition to the 5 MLB ballparks, I'm also going to check out the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, since it's only an hour south of Cleveland. So I figured that would be a good place to stop along the way. You had a chance to go to the Tropicana Field because the Phillies were there, but tickets were too expensive. Driving. Not flying. Flying is too expensive. So I took a rental car, $1,000 total. And, or it might be $1,000 a week, I'm not sure. And that's how I'm getting places. Tropicana Field. Listen, dude, I've heard nothing but bad things about Tropicana Field. So, honestly, I'm not even sure that you'd want to go check out that stadium anyway. I mean, I'll go check it. If I have the chance, I'll go check it out myself. But right now, I have no interest in seeing it.
Now batting, right fielder, Kyle.
And I'm going to wait till the Athletics are in Las Vegas before I go see their ballpark. I mean, I really had no interest in seeing the Odaco Coliseum. But, you know, now that they've moved out of there, now there's no point.
Ball 2.
Well, it's not being constructed, it's being repaired. But yeah, I get what you meant. Yeah, because of Hurricane Helene last year. And that's going to take well over a year, so who knows when they're going to be back. Oh, Hurricane Milton? Oh, my bad. Milton was destructive, too. Helene did the most damage, in my opinion. But both of those hurricanes were really, really bad. Oh, wow. Right. I remember Irma, actually. That was a few years ago. Yeah, I remember Irma. That was destructive as well. Man, can y'all just get some hurricanes that don't cause any destruction? That's right. Yeah, because didn't the Rays and the Yankees have to play a game at Citi Field because they couldn't go down there because of that hurricane? I remember because I met the guy that went viral for giving the thumbs down to the Yankees. I met him.
2 balls, 1 strike. 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Hurricane Elsa chased you home early. What can you do, man? All right. See, this is why I go to Florida in February. Okay, it's nice there. Although it wasn't nice in 2010. It was freezing back then, but February, you don't have to deal with hurricanes. You still got to deal with rain. I've dealt with rain, but
No balls, 2 strikes.
the hurricanes, nah.
Outside, that's
I've
ball.
yet to see a hurricane in February. And I hope I never see a hurricane in February.
3.
Man, how... This freaking moment is... If I can't complete this, this is going to be a problem.
Ball 1.
What the heck? What? Huh? Wait a minute. I thought the Mavericks made the playoffs. How the hell did they get the first overall
Up
pick?
next for the Marlins, the right fielder,
Oh, because they
Mario
probably got it from some
Sauer.
team that traded away to get a superstar
0-1.
and was terrible. And the Nets got the 8th overall pick, so at least there's that. We got a lottery pick. And they're not gonna... I did see that.
Ball.
I thought for sure the Wizards would get it.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I don't know if you guys remember from years ago.
2-2 count.
I know there's Cooper Flagg. He's probably going to be the first overall pick. I know of him. But everyone else, not really.
Now batting, right fielder, Kyle Sauer.
Ball, that's inside. Two and 0.
Hey, listen, not as bad as a Mets GM. Or a Nets GM. Excuse me. I couldn't even tell you who that is right now. That's how uninterested I am in the NBA. But with the Nets, it's just like it's been bad trade deals. I mean, at least they got...
Now batting, the right
Fair
fielder,
enough.
Kyle
Fair enough.
Sauer.
But the Lakers, didn't they just get eliminated by the Timberwolves? So in the end, how much good did that really do? Plus, Luka has to deal with LeBron there, so... But I don't know. See,
Hold one for count.
the Nets... See, to me, the worst trade in Nets history, and I was talking about this earlier, is when they traded their first round picks to the Boston Celtics for Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Jason Terry. Three aging veterans that ended up doing I think they made the NBA playoffs. They helped the Nets make the NBA playoffs, and that was it. It wasn't just bad, Peach. It was like French. It was the worst trade ever. Exactly. And two of those picks were exactly what you just said. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who the Nets could have picked themselves, and they could have built around that, and maybe they would have an NBA championship right now. All right, well, I'm finally glad that I got the moments done there. Now I just need to get the rest of this stuff done. So what do we got to do? We need XP with Manzardo and Agnos, which I could do that. Is Agnos a reliever, or is he a starter? He's a reliever. Good. Okay. Because I know the stat missions, you got to get home runs with Marlins and strikeouts with Twins. So let me go over here real quick, and I'm going to build a Marlins lineup. May not be good, but... Oh, I think I went too far. There we go. Preston Wilson. Luis Sanchez for now. We are going to leave that open. Otto Lopez. Xavier Edwards. He's playing up on the day, so... Harry Pendleton. And then we'll put Mike Lowell here. There's Manzardo. Come on, thank you. And then we need to add Agnos. But now we need Twins. That's Astros, so I didn't go far enough. Here we go. Jim Catt. We also have Joe Ryan, Pablo Lopez, Bailey Over, and Thesta. And here, Colombe, Griffin Jacks, Duran, Sands, Stewart, Opa, and we'll go Adams, Travis Adams. So what my plan is we're obviously going to start with a Twins pitcher, probably going to throw in Griffin Jacks, but we're going to get the save with Agnos. And then I need Manzardo leading off so that he has the most XP. Edwards can stay there unless... Actually, I changed my mind. Let's put Javier Sanoja there. Agustin Ramirez can stay there. Then we'll have Preston Wilson. Yeah, I think that should be good right there. All right, we're going to do a quick conquest game. Yeah, we could try. Oh no, because then we'll go up against Paul Skeens, which I don't want. Sure, I'll go up
Leading
against
off
Mitch
for New
Keller.
Jersey,
That
the
works
first
for me.
baseman, Kyle
But this might be
Manzardo.
the only game that I get in. Okay, Manzardo is just going to hit a home run. Cool. It's like, welcome to the game, Mitch Keller. You.
Oh, ball.
Wait. Getting a home run with this Marlins lineup is going to take a while. I know it looks like
The third baseman,
I just
Barry
noticed that my light
Pendleton.
flickers on my camera, but I can tell you I've not noticed it flickering just in this room. So I don't know what's up with that, but I can tell you it's not actually happening. There we go. Terry Pendleton with the home run. I only need 9 more of those. Oh,
Now pitching
wait.
for the Pirates,
That means I'm not going to get
number
any
64,
XP with
Caleb
Agnos.
Ferguson.
He's out.
Shoot. I should have thought about that. Oh, well, looks like I gotta... unless the Twins pitchers give up a... Unless the Twins pitchers give up a run, in which case I can get Agnos his save. Strike 3, sit down. But I need to get 15 strikeouts with Twins pitchers. So that was already one right there by Pablo Lopez.
Nope, outside.
Oh, excuse me.
Ball two.
You just superfractored Dustin May?
2
Nice.
balls, 1 strike.
Strike 3, sit down.
Yeah.
What about Well, I know New Yorkers call it New Jersey.
Yep, that ball went out.
I mean, I personally would go with Eric Gagne. No, cause you didn't say it right. It's Joyzy. Joyzy.
Now pitching for the Pirates, number 43, Ryan.
Well, you got the New York accent when it comes to that. You also got to say, forget about it.
Batting ninth,
Is
the second
Atlantic
baseman, Otto
nice?
Lopez.
Atlantic City, you mean? I mean, I really... Atlantis? Atlantic City. I really have only been there like twice in my life. And the first time I couldn't even remember because I was very young. I was like 4 or 5 years old. The most recent time, I guess it was. There's definitely a lot of hotels, but I'd never really seen the city. I just went to a hotel for a conference and then I left. I didn't really stick around in Atlantic City.
Now pitching for the
Oh,
Pirates,
Manzardo is on base, so he did
number
get on.
35,
Must have gotten a hit.
Colin Holderman.
But he's not going to get a run.
Out.
Well, I guess we just keep pitching with Pablo Lopez because we're not going to get the save, so
Off the plate, ball one.
unless we give up a run here. Poor Pirates.
Nope, that's a ball.
But if it makes him feel any better, I did this pretty much with the Brewers last year. And whenever the Rockies were the territory in the first conquest map, this is what I would do to the Rockies as well. Strike 3, sit down. 4 strikeouts. I'd like to get 9. I don't think that's possible. I think I'll just end up getting like 5 or 6.
Aye. 0-2.
I was kind of hoping that would have been a strikeout.
Now pitching for the Pirates, number 55,
Ball.
Chase Sugar.
Maybe Pendleton can do it again. Get a home run and then... Nope. Nope, he's not going to do that. Nice. All right, so much for giving up a run and getting a save opportunity with Agnars. Nope, nope. Up too late. All right, so he's. All right, we get one more at bat with Manzardo. Nice home run here, and he'll have a pretty solid game for a conquest game.
Ball one, no strikes.
Oh well, still going to be a pretty solid game for Manzardo. And honestly, for just one conquest game, I couldn't have asked for any better. Pablo, I need you to strike out batters.
Ball one's the count. Ball one. I got one ball, one strike. Ball! That pitch is out. Aye. 2-2 the count. 3-2.
Strike 3, sit down, make it 5. I told you I would get either 5 or 6 strikeouts with Twins pitchers, and I'm already a third of the way to achieving that. Or achieving the mission in the program. Strike 3, sit down. 6. I'll take that. That's a very good day. Or very good progress right there. Now when I play a whole inning or a whole game to be able to get these missions done, then I won't have to work as hard. Got a headliner's pack. Don't know from where, but oops, not there. Let's see. Yeah, so 1 home run, six strikeouts, and then Manzardo got 160 XP. Wait, is double? I thought double XP. Oh no, double XP, is still going. That's right. Double XP is still going. That's right. Double XP is still going. 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 Double XP is still up until Tuesday at noon Pacific. Ah, or double parallel XP. Oh, well, that's convenient. Okay, guys, I think that's a good place for me to end right there. So thank you to everyone who tuned in. Even if it was only for a moment, I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow me here on Twitch and or subscribe. Either one would make me a happy person. If you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on X at TTVNextJGGen24. It's my gamer tag that's on the left side of your screen there. So go give me a follow. I'll usually post whenever I go live. You can also turn on notifications here on Twitch. That way Twitch sends you an email every time I start up a stream as I get a Headliners Set 9 pack. Overall, great progress. We got the Elly De La Cruz program done. We pulled Bobby Witt Jr., sold him to get 4 team collections and a division collection done. So, and then we just started on the May Spotlight program. So we're making really good progress here. Tomorrow we'll be finishing up this May Spotlight drop program. So I hope to see you all tomorrow. It's going to be an early stream because like I said tomorrow, Tuesday, I am going to the Mets game and I have a chiropractor's appointment at 2:30. So, and after that, I'm going right to the Mets game. So I hope to see you all at 11 a.m. Tuesday, 11 a.m. So I hope to see you all then. And until then, guys, have a good night.